Hello, it's Cat Cove, and I'm coming with you a Valentine special. I know it's late, but at least it's in the same month, I believe. Yeah, by the time this is published, it's in the same month. And I'm coming with you a story time about how someone stole my Valentines. As in, I drew up Valentines at my school kind of situation, but we'll get to that in a few seconds. I can say a few things for the. I have a few firsts for this channel. This is the first time I'm actually publishing something with my new Wacom tablet. So if you're wondering, yes, I am using that, and I'll link down in the description below which one I have. True, I have the larger one, but I would personally recommend the smaller one, a little bit more portable. And I'm using Clip Studio Paint, which 2 thumbs up. Still fiddling with some things, so you're going to see that throughout the video, me just fiddling with stuff. And also using my newest character. His name is Apollo, but I'll do more information on him later. And I should mention towards the end of the video that I will switch to Procreate. I still haven't quite found another brush that could emulate the one I use in Procreate for their hair. So if you have any tips or tricks to get that, please comment them below, or you've seen a video that someone uses the same style as me and in Clip Studio, just let me know, okay? Okay, now, getting to the actual fun part. The story. So I was in 6th grade, and back then my drawing was okay. Cat Cove was just starting to appear and everything as her 4-legged version, not her more current version of her. So she was just starting to. I started to dabble with her. So I made some Valentine's cards that used some of my older characters. I think I still have some drawings of them. I know the catopede. Yes, I have made that creature. So the catopede, the dog Rosebush, and of course Cat Cove, or now her name is Leora, but I'll talk about that later. So, yeah, I made some of these Valentine's cards, and I was planning on handing them out to all my friends. But I left them on my desk while going to go sharpen my pencil, and they were gone. Someone squeaking stole them off my desk in the short amount of time I was up to go sharpen the pencil. And I literally was like, how? Like, completely confused because I was only up for a few seconds. Well, more like 3 minutes, because you know how school pencil sharpeners always break off the freaking tip of the pencil. There is absolutely no way to get a nice sharp pencil from those things without it breaking the tip, which is very annoying. But I came back to my desk and they were gone, and it was like 5-6 different Valentine's cards with, I do admit, pretty darn badly drawn characters, but at that time I was one of the more better drawing kids. I do admit I wasn't the best, because I believe my best friend that I do sometimes still talk to, let's call him here, Isaac. So Isaac was better than me, but someone freaking stole my cards, and I asked the teacher if she saw anything, and she just looked at me dumbfounded, like, what are you talking about? Why aren't you in your seat? So I went back, and the next day was Valentine's Day, and I redid everything, But it was much more sloppy, sadly to say, because I only had one more day to do it. And the next day, when I went around giving out cards, some of my friends had my Valentine's cards, but someone had poorly used a ballpoint pen over all of them. So the lines were terrible in my opinion, but I am guilty of using ballpoint pen for outlining, so ballpoint pen is not the best ever outliner. And someone else's signature. Now, I know the friend's signature, and the worst thing, it was one of my best friends. I am not friends with them anymore, but that hurt. So my best friend stole my art from my desk, poorly relined them so they didn't look like mine, when clearly I was the only person that had, at this school, came up with the idea of the catopede and the rose cat and the rose dog idea here. So I went through the bags, and all of them had been done to this, and that freaking signature, it was like all over it, and it was like crumpled, trying to make sure no one could tell when I had the almost exact same ones in my hands. So I went to confront this person, which I will call here Rose. And Rose here denied it non-stop, saying, no, it's mine. I got inspired by your design, so I thought I would do the same. And I know copying is the best way of flattery, but stealing someone's art that way ain't the way to go, people. And I was like, no, this is my art. I remember drawing these and putting them on my desk, but when I came back to my desk, they were gone. And she was in my class. I should mention this at this time. She was in my class. So I was like, but how? How can you get the exact same piece of art as me when I'm basically the only one that does it? And she's like, I just like the idea. And she just blatantly kept on lying about it, and I was like, okay, if I catch you next time, you're dead meat. And then the next day, I got called to the office, and Rose here was playing, woe is me, Leora, said I stole her art, and she was just being over dramatic about it. It's like, girl, I let it go, why can't you? And I swear this girl had something out for me. I was like the weird kid, but it's like, why? It's just art. I let it go, why can't you? And it's just like, the teachers came down on me because she was one of the girls that their parents paid the school a lot of hun. So they were like, whatever she said, they would go with it because they wanted that money. So she's like crying when I know it was fake, and it's like, Jesus, I let it go, why can't you? And they just start yelling at me, and I got detention, of course, for art. Jesus. And it was like all over this, and it's just hilarious to look back now, and I bet you she did this because she didn't feel good about herself and wanted to get attention, but it was interesting, to say the least. And another time in a different school, it was Valentine's Day. People just like stealing my art for Valentine's Day. So I made someone a card, and they said they made it for me, which I find sweet, but seriously, it was my art. I had my signature on there. I had inked it, so it was a little hard to get off. and they just blatantly lied about it, and it's like, oh my dear goodness, what's with people and my art and trying to steal it? But nowadays, I keep my sketchbook to myself, and if I ever do any art stuff for like Valentine's Day or prints, I do put my some sort of signature that is a little bit on the harder side to remove. But that's how my art got stolen on Valentine's Day, and a lot of drama went down because of it, which in my opinion, shouldn't have happened over silly little arts that a, like, 12 and 11-year-old, if I'm off on my ages, I'm sorry, a 12 and 11-year-old were fighting over. I personally didn't fight over it, but yeah, it seems a little ridiculous looking back at it now. But here's the finished piece of my characters, Leora and Apollo just kissing in front of a little coffee shop. And I personally think this is adorable. I hope you guys liked this video. Please hit that subscribe button and the bell. Like this video if you did. If you didn't, dislike it, I don't mind. Marmalade, Blueberry, Blintz, and I love you. Go make a cat's or dog's day much better. Bye-bye!